Indeed.
Wow! So it has actually come to this. You know, I was actually doing another video. I was going to be making another Sonic the Hedgehog video. Shocker, right? This time about what to expect from Shadow the Hedgehog in the third film. And then this festering wound infected Netflix's already life support ridden body. Making me and pretty much every other fan of Capcom's survival horror flagship franchise just long for an actual zombie virus to spread among us, just for the off chance that whoever greenlit this garbage succumb to the infection and become a shambling corpse that they must think we TV viewers are. I'm Cody Cyberpunk of the Nerd's Opinion, and I'm here to tell you why I will not be watching and why you also shouldn't watch Netflix's unoriginal zombie show that we'll call Resident Evil in an effort to capitalize on a famous name since we're soulless pieces of shit. If you didn't know, I am a huge Resident Evil fan. It's part of my holy trinity of nerd loves, right up there with Sonic the Hedgehog and Dragon Ball Z. In fact, the only tattoo I have is a Resident Evil tattoo. And while I adore these video games, film has never been kind to this franchise. The first one is okay at best, with every subsequent attempt at a sequel honestly being a bigger failure than Pol Pot and the Khmer Rouge genocide. If you don't know what that is, think of the Holocaust but Asian. Obscure history references aside, Capcom almost had it good with 3 CGI films that were in fact canon to the games. And then even Capcom shit the bed with their most recent Netflix miniseries, Infinite Darkness. So, given the series' less than stellar history, I wasn't exactly expecting 5 stars. Then the premise of the show is announced. That's when I decided, I'm out. Nope, this is not for me. This isn't for Resident Evil fans. Frankly, this isn't even Resident Evil. Let's take a look at the concept. Wesker, you know, the big bad of the vast majority of the series.
Don't you two ever tire of failing in your mission? I'm not destroying the world. I'm saving it. Well then, I'll just have to kill you quickly.
As a father of daughters in a teen horror drama. Man, Netflix, I know Warm Bodies did some pretty good numbers, but this is Resident fucking Evil. Have you not learned from, let's count them out, Death Note and Cowboy Bebop and Bleach and Full Metal Alchemist? Netflix just does not know what to do with Japanese IPs, and they won't fucking stop. Now we have Yu Yu Hakusho and One Piece next on the chopping block. Right? Getting ahead of myself. Just gonna rein it in. Focus on Resident Evil. Now, the idea of Wesker as a father isn't inherently bad, since that is from the games. Sort of. So, in the 5th game, Wesker dies. And in the 6th game, you find out he has a long-lost son.
I can see your father in you.
How did you know?
Wait, hold on a second. So you knew him?
Yeah, I did. But I'm the one that killed him.
I would have given a spoiler warning there, but let's face it, if you don't know this 10-year-old information, then fuck it, you weren't going to play these games anyway. A TV series of Jake Mueller, you know, that's Wesker's son, uncovering the truth about his father, well, possibly doing some flashbacks to a young Wesker and how he became, you know, what he was and what he turned out to be. That's not a bad premise for a story, and actually uses information given to us in the games. Now granted, it's Netflix, they still probably would have found a way to fuck it up, but it's at least a better jumping off point.
No.
He's got a point.
Also, we do need to talk about the African elephant in the room. The race swap. And this is the part that's probably going to get me canceled, because I have a section like this in pretty much all my videos, and no one's come for me yet, but I promise the time will come. Yes. Wesker, a nearly 30-year-old established character, like, the character isn't 30, he's much older, but the character's been around for over 30 years, has been established as a main part of this story for nearly 30 years, as a blonde-haired, red-eyed white male. And now he's a black guy. Now look, Lance Reddick is a pretty good actor. He is known for some work. He was in The Wire, which has been known to be a candidate for best TV show of all time. He was in Lost. He was in Oz. He was in Fringe. He's even been in some big name movies like Godzilla vs. Kong and John Wick. And to give his video game, him being in a video game adaptation, some credentials, he even voice acted in video games. He was in both Destiny and Horizon Zero Dawn. The dude oozes talent and charisma. But that doesn't make him right for this role. Now, I get it. If you wanted to use such an amazing actor, why not cast him as Josh Stone?
Man, am I glad to see you guys.
Delta Team Captain Stone.
Chris Redfield.
Shiva.
Thanks, Josh. I owe you one.
You guys know each other.
I trained under Josh. He taught me everything I know.
Shiva became little sister of the team.
And a character of color in the Resident Evil universe for the games. Why not make a series instead of about being Wesker and his children, or the the version I just pitched, Wesker and his son? Why not do Josh Stone and Sheva Alomar, two characters of color that we know from the games, that are in the games, but have not had near that much backstory or anything to them? Why not make a series about these two characters going on their own BSAA missions and exploring their past or their present or their future, basically in the events outside of Resident Evil 5? I mean, at that point, it's a win-win-win. You get to actually use information from the games. You get to explore and bring to life characters that have gotten very little screen time in development, and you get to score your diversity points. I mean, it's not like people don't know who Wesker is. He is the main antagonist in these games.
Wesker!
Thank you, Barry.
Well, what do you know?
Oh, don't blame Barry for everything. I hear that his better half and two lovely daughters will be in danger if he doesn't do everything I tell him to.
Wesker, you're pathetic.
Well, you shouldn't worry too much, dear. You'll be free of all this anyway.
Why eliminate stars?
Believe it or not, that's Umbrella's intention.
You're just a slave of Umbrella.
Smart girl, but I think you misunderstand me. The things you mention are nothing. I'll burn all of them along with this entire laboratory. Barry, go up on the ground and wait there.
Barry.
You gotta love Barry. He must really be afraid of Umbrella.
You and Umbrella took his family, you bastard. Oh!
Just last year, we had yet another Resident Evil movie, and it was also shit. But Wesker was in that movie, and he was played by a white guy. Now, he was shit in that movie, so the writing was bad, the casting was bad. It's not like changing his skin color back to white will automatically make for a good character. That's clearly, I'm sorry, Albert Wesker has never been properly cast in a film. I guess Sean Roberts is the closest, but even then, I'm sorry, the Mila Jovovich, Paul W.S. Anderson movies were not known for their stellar writing or acting. At least he physically looked the fucking part. But no, at the end of the day, Netflix is trying to do what they always try and do, And that's score diversity points. That's really what it is. They're trying to score diversity points. They're trying to show the media, look at us, we're so progressive, we will take these characters and we'll race swap them and gender swap them so that you know that we believe in you and the minority struggle so that you can feel empowered and see yourselves in a character. First of all, I don't care what race you are. You shouldn't want to see yourself in Albert Wesker. He's the fucking bad guy. So if they make a version that you can see yourself in him, then they fucked up, because that means they're not writing a cold, calculating, murderous, bloodthirsty, pompous, not nihilistic, sociopathic, there we go, villain. It's uncanny. You shouldn't want Wesker to be a relatable character, regardless of skin color. So they've fucked up on multiple levels. And honestly, I'm not even going to talk about his daughters in this video. They're non-canon. They weren't in the games. They're original to this show. They are corporate, cash grab characters to corner the, teen drama part of the market, and fuck them. It is that simple. Fuck them.
Why? Because fuck them, that's why.
Video game adaptations had honestly been on such a good track lately. I mean, Detective Pikachu, both Sonic films, even the direct-to-streaming Dragon Quest Your Story. But in the last year, well, 2 years, I guess, we have had not one, but 2 Resident Evil shows hit Netflix, and a shitty movie last year. It's not that hard to make Resident Evil. Virus gets unleashed, sci-fi horror situation with blood, gore, in cramped locations and claustrophobic areas, and characters that have been established for 30 plus years being brought to life and respected. Respect these characters. To get back to the whole diversity thing and whatnot, Netflix is throwing fits. They want to make sure that everyone's equally represented. You're taking a shit all over Japan by destroying what that culture built to make it more culturally sensitive to what you want to show us. So it's okay to destroy what one culture built to prop up another? Like, what the fuck, Netflix? You did it with Cowboy Bebop. You did it with this. I'm sure you're going to do it with One Piece and Yu Yu Hakusho. Anyway, again, not getting on that. My point is, fucking hypocritical. Back to the characters. All you have to do is respect the characters. Sienna Gilroy, the actress that played Jill Valentine in the god-awful Resident Evil Apocalypse film, at least did that. I mean, it didn't save the movie by any stretch of the imagination, but she literally took the time to play Resident Evil 3 and move like Jill. There's one scene in the film where you can see her like walking, holding her side, the way Jill does in the game when she's injured. At least the attempt to respect the character was there. They put her in the correct fucking outfit. At the end of the day, I, as a massive Resident Evil fan, will not be watching this garbage show. And honestly, not because of the race swap, not because of Wesker being a father of 2 daughters, not because Resident Evil doesn't have live action potential, because it really does. But because this simply isn't Resident Evil. This isn't Resident Evil. This is a corporate cash grab banking on the name of Resident Evil while having nothing in common with the heart of what the series is about. And for those of you who think I cannot judge it without seeing it, normally I would agree with you. But here is my counter-argument to that. Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie. Remember when that first trailer was released and we bullied a studio into fixing it because that shit was awful? How many of you were not going to go see that movie purely based on what Sonic looked like? This is my Nightmare Fuel Blue Hedgehog. I refuse to see this because sometimes a synopsis and a trailer is enough. It's all you need. And it has proven to me that this was not for us fans. And that this is not Resident Evil. Now, if If you want to look at some of my other videos, because I'll be honest, I'm fucking done with this. I want to get back to the Shadow the Hedgehog, video, something that I want to see succeed. Not that I didn't want this to succeed, I just knew it fucking wouldn't from the beginning. In the meantime, you can check out some of my other videos. Kenobi review here, Why Nerds Suck over here. I don't know, go through my back catalog. It's not like I've got that many fucking videos. And until then, gotta go fast.